Is Kotaku really trying to pretend that they have not spent the last several months dumping on Stellar Blade? Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle. And no, I'm not joking. You can't make this stuff up. When you got a headline like dressing up in Stellar Blade is so much fun, this article completely reads as if they're trying to sweep their last several months of unwarranted criticism at Stellar Blade completely under the rug. Just like, oh no, don't pay attention to what we've been saying. We think the game is awesome now for all the same reasons that you guys have been saying it's awesome. This is damage control to a level that I didn't even think was possible, even from Kotaku. So we're gonna get into this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and with Stellar Blade being released today, I hope you guys took a break from it for at least a few minutes you can to watch this video before you jump right back into it. Dressing up in Stellar Blade is so much fun. There are some 30 killer outfits and many more accessories for you to unlock, and they even got like a little visual treat for you to look through and see all the different outfits. And when you get to this article, when we read through it and you realize how positive they're being about the aesthetics of the character of Eve, you know, the character that they've been trying to shame you for being a fan of for the last at least 4 months, it reads as such disingenuous try-hard propaganda bogus. Oh, it's actually delicious. Stellar Blade is a solid PS5 exclusive from first-time console developer Shift Up. Look at it, it's a solid game. We've only spent the last 180 days, give or take, absolutely destroying this game and trying to make sure that anyone that buys it is labeled as a bigot or a pervert or alt-right gamergater. But no. It's a solid PS5 game, boys and girls. It isn't perfect, but the excellent action makes up for its many shortcomings. Let's be honest, though, the real draw of the South Koreans' team character action game is the fashion. Oh, really? The fashion, which applies to how the character looks, that thing that you have been absolutely roasting anybody and everybody on X for actually enjoying, for saying this is what we like out of female characters. This is a strong female character that happens to look good. Hey, why don't we get more of this? Good job, South Korea. We appreciate your attempt. We're going to buy this game. We're going to support you and your artistic freedom. That fashion? Oh, right. Okay. Stellar Blade's Eve is gaming's latest fashion icon. Going so far, the game, by the time I'm recording this, the game isn't quite out yet. They're calling her a fashion icon after, for the last several months, calling you a fascist icon for wanting the game and enjoying the way it looks. Funny how that works. Joining the likes of Bayonetta's eponymous heroine and Nier Automata protagonist 2B, both also female characters that the internet loves, the Kotaku has spent the better part of a decade telling you that you're a filthy degenerate for loving, with a bevy of outfits that puts any fashionista's wardrobe to shame, and frankly, I seriously love dressing Eve up. Really? You love dressing her up? You love dressing her up like a doll? Yeah, a doll. So that's what she is to you. She's a doll. She's an object for your amusement. She's not real. You're not taking her feminism, you're not taking the fact that she can outwardly express herself in any way that she wants into account. You absolute degenerate. I cannot even believe you would call yourself a feminist, and we know you call yourself a feminist because you write for Kotaku. For shame at your lack of inconsistent morals. On April 26th for PlayStation 5, Stellar Blade features some 30 outfits for you to find and unlock. They're quite varied and aesthetic too. You can dress Eve as a teddy bear, give her a shearing line aviator coat, outfit her in some Sailor Moon-esque cosplay, style her in a variation of Uma Thurman's iconic yellow jumpsuit from Kill Bill, which is already a play on Bruce Lee's out anyway, and more. It's quite staggering, actually, the amount of outfits you can store in Eve's closet, but the best part is they're all pretty easy to get. That's what makes dressing up so fun. Now, I noticed you didn't say anything about the more scantily clad, bikini-esque outfits that like to show off a lot of skin, because even though you're over here, you know, just absolutely praising the dress-up doll game mode, basically, you still can't acknowledge that, hey, putting her in the sexy outfits and the ones that show a lot of skin to sort of have her barren and almost all. Like, oh no, that we can't acknowledge that in this article. Like, there's 30 outfits, you gave us like 6, probably because the other 24 you would consider NSFW. But hey, remember guys, Hades is the kind of hot we need right now. Yeah, we're not going to go over how to unlock the outfits because I don't want to give spoilers for people that are just enjoying the game. But we will continue with this part. Bitch, I'm conceited. You work for Kotaku. Already could have told you that you were conceited. Outside of the skin suit, which leaves Eve's practically naked and removes her shield to increase the game's difficulty, you know what? I'm actually impressed that Kotaku added that it removes the game's shield to increase her difficulty. That's the level of journalistic integrity that I would expect them to just completely cut from this article. Just leave it at, oh, Eve looks practically naked. So you know what? I'm gonna give you a small amount of credit there. It's not enough to bounce back from the last 4 months of you denigrating anybody that was excited for this game. but it's a small win, so you should take it and be happy. None of the outfits have an impact on gameplay, so you can change Eve's outfits whenever you want. In the equipment menu, you can spin her around to get a good look at all the angles and zoom in on the clothing to check out the details. And you know what? You want to know what other game you could do this in that I very much enjoyed doing it in, but was never called, a misogynist for enjoying it? Final Fantasy 15. You know, there was multiple different outfits and DLC packs and whatnot for your main boys in Final Fantasy 15. And frankly, as someone that's going to be spending 120 hours trudging through a JRPG, yeah, I like to vary up the look now and again. Same with Persona 5 Royal. I was constantly changing the outfits on my Phantom Thieves in Persona 5 Royal. But again, because you were doing that with male characters, it was no big deal. But it's interesting because the moment we get a bunch of female characters with a bunch of outfits, oh, you're a misogynist. Until Kotaku plays the game, realizes it's a good game, like we've all been saying for the last multiple months, because we knew it would be a good game, because we are actual gamers and we know how this game works. Oh yeah, now it's totally okay. Again, play with her just like she's my dress-up darling, the video game. Which, by the way, great anime for those of you that haven't seen it. My dress-up darling. Tops. It's all impressively done. The proportions of the outfits are superb. The color theory is on point. Slay Queen. And every outfit is completely different in terms of vibe. Do you dress Eve up in a biker outfit even though she doesn't have a bike? Do you already? I mean, to be fair, if you want to make Eve a poser just like you pose as a games journalist, I can understand why you would do that. Do you ready her for a dinner event in a red leather looking mini slip dress? Maybe you want to dress her for the weather, so you style Eve in a knitted dress with thigh-high boots. Or maybe if you're a fan of Vladimir Nabokov's 1955 tragic comedy Lolita, you might dress her up in a full black dress that feels right at home in that French novel. There are a lot of options. You know, for an outlet that spent a lot of time talking about how pervy and degenerate male gamers are for wanting Eve to be sexy, you just dropped a Nabokov reference. First of all, I don't even believe the vast majority of your readers will understand the Nabokov reference, but they're going to see the word Lolita, and they're going to know what that means, and they're going to just smile and clap like baby seals. They have no idea what's going on. And you call us degenerates. It's kind of amazing. There's where a lot of my time in Stellar Blade was spent, looking around for and constructing outfits, spinning Eve around in the equipment menu, choosing the best glasses and earrings to match the outfit I'm whooping Naitiba ass in. It's a lot of fun, especially when you find a combination that'll make for a solid Instagram fit check. Hell, there are even hairstyles you can buy and equip from a salon in Xi'an, so you can really elevate Eve's drip to the highest level. And I just love that every single outfit, Eve is walking around in heels like it's nothing. Oh, in every outfit, even the outfits that you talked about, how you said were absolute blasphemy, how you said were nothing but for the male gaze, how they were a direct affront to feminism, even in those outfits, you like how she's walking around in high heels? Again, where are your morals? Where is your consistency, Kotaku? Is that a bit much to ask for? You could at least stand your ground and say this game is despicable for how it depicts women, because I could at least take you seriously and maybe for a moment, believe you actually got some sort of conviction, no matter how retarded the conviction is. But no, of course, you acknowledge we were right, which on the one hand, I want to give credit to, but on the other hand, why didn't you listen to us the last 4 months when you were too busy making rage bait articles and talking about how everyone that likes this game is an incel? Eve is walking around in heels like it's nothing. And that's not slaying the digital runway, then for real, what is? Eve is a style icon. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know what? If I was writing this article, I would have thrown an extra T in there just to see who noticed. Her outfits are impeccable and inspiration to anyone either looking to get into fashion or wanting to put up their own style. I imagine that like 2B and Bayonetta before her, Eve will inspire a whole new generation of cosplayers. A whole new generation of cosplayers, you say? But I thought Eve wasn't a real woman. I thought Eve was an unrealistic standard of beauty that a woman couldn't attain. So why would a woman be able to cosplay her if she's so unrealistic? The same way that Bayonetta and 2B have had cosplayers, many of which I've gotten to meet several of them at various cons over the years. Hopefully we'll see some at the convention this weekend. Maybe it's because she is in fact a real woman, and you're now acknowledging that, you fucking hypocrites. And I can't wait to see these outfits at conventions. For now, I'll just keep playing dress up in Stellar Blade. Boys and girls, guys and gals, monsters and germs, this is an absolute win. Because we get to dunk on Kotaku, they get to admit we're right without having to admit that we're right. Their lack of moral and philosophical consistency is enough for me, because our side is nothing but if not consistent. We are very consistent on what we want in our games, what we want in our stories, what we want in our media, and what we want in our game journalism. These guys are all over the place. They spend 4 months trashing a video game, only to find out that the vast majority of people love it. Even the initial detractors, the people that hated the game, then got their hands on it. They hated the game just for existing as a beacon of sexuality. Then they got their hands on it, and they really enjoyed it, and they thought, damn, I guess we're gonna have to be positive about it, which we would have been beforehand if it weren't for the fact that we're spending all of our time trying to own the chuds on a dying website that probably only gets a click-through ratio from people like me who are clicking on it to cover it for content so that you guys watching don't have to, because ain't nobody in the world that actually takes Kotaku seriously. Yeah, that's the sort of journalism we're getting from Kotaku. And I love it. I eat it. It's delicious. Like reading this article, to me, it had just as the validation that I got, and that I'm sure all of you guys collectively got, the catharsis that came from Kotaku having to, get its foot out of its own mouth, get the other foot out of its own ass, and acknowledge the game that we've been promoting for the last several months was good. That validation gets me just as hard as Eve's skin suit. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I bring you nerdy news every day. Not always dunking on Kotaku, but bro, sometimes you just gotta do it. It's too much fun. How can you not? So yes, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon. Prepare to be inundated with cosplay pics of the convention this next weekend. And become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord. Choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis. Choose the videos that I cover in my live streams. And of course, join the growing Discord of Vital Idols, ready to have discourse about anything and everything, because we actually value freedom and diversity of thought. The most important kind of diversity. So by all means, it's all here in the nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.